The most underrated characters in fiction. That's two. Is that How to Train a Dragon?
Underrated. There are a lot of underrated characters I've talked about on this channel, such as Bolt's delusional ass Shiro.
Bolt was underrated. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen this movie in so long, but I remember how peak it was. I used to love this movie.
There are a lot of underrated characters I've talked about on this channel, such as Bolt's delusional ass Shiro and the homie Turbo. But these three ain't even close to the people I'm gonna be talking about today.
Okay.
It's basically a hydrogen bomb versus a coughing baby, like trying to compete with a light skin before the great shift. It's just not fair. These three characters stand at the pinnacle of childhood characters. The aura that just seeps off their body, unmatched, their pool game, sensational, their swag, different. Yes, I'm glazing, and yes, I don't care. These are the characters that everyone can say are the GOATs without question. We gon' start off with one of the greatest aura farmers of all time, Hiccup Haddock III.
Hiccup was aura farming? I don't remember him having any aura. Actually, I remember him having negative aura.
Greatest aura farmers of all time, Hiccup Haddock III. People really just be downplaying this man's aura, talking like he ain't one of the best to ever do it. He was the first one to ever tame a dragon and did it without having to scream at the top of his lungs like he just lost the love of his life. Was the first one to learn how to fly by himself, even Toothless was geeked, and was the first one to find the hidden world. Bro, his resume is stacked and none of it is cap. Nowadays, guys be saying they're risk takers. Dog, just say you're unemployed and just peep the aura made him so.
I'm not gonna lie. This is fire. This is aura. Let's just be real, chat. This is definitely aura, bro. He might be cooking with this list. He might be cooking.
Bro, his resume is stacked and none of it is cap. Nowadays, guys be saying they're risk takers. Dog, just say you're unemployed and just peep the aura. Made himself and his crew armor out of dragon scale so they're fire resistant. Got in the lab and built himself a fire sword. Even with the zipple back gas and spark feature. Tell me this man ain't a genius. And people still wanna downplay him.
What more do you want from me?
He is the GOAT. Of that movie series, Hiccup is the GOAT. I started to like him more and more as the movies progressed. I didn't know he had aura until this video. I can't lie. He definitely convinced me.
Brody was even tough as a youngin in the first movie. Even though he looked like a ghost Photoshop pictures, he was still like that. One thing I will say though, I don't know what he was thinking with Astrid. I said this in my first How to Train Your Dragon video. She was high-key know that, I ain't gonna lie. This is one of them pics your homeboy pulls out and you just gotta say as long as you're happy, gang. I thought he was talking about Ruffner at the start would have been somewhat of a viable option. Actually, nope, I'm completely wrong. Dog, how is everyone chopped?
1 second, y'all, my food coming.
A few moments later.
Had to get some Chick-fil-A today, y'all. I was too hungry.
One thing I will say though, I don't know what he was thinking with Astrid. I said this in my first How to Train Your Dragon video. She was high-key know that, I ain't gonna lie. This is one of them pics your homeboy pulls out and you just gotta say as long as you're happy, gang. I thought he was talking about Ruffner at the start would have been somewhat of a viable option. Actually, nope, I'm completely wrong. Dog, how is everyone chopped?
Compared to everyone else, Astrid is valid. Everybody in that universe is chopped, but Astrid is less chopped, if you get what I mean.
Dog, how is everyone chopped? Hiccup had absolutely zero options, had to pick from straight 60 overalls, no badges. I'm not even saying this like the guys were better, straight brown shirts. But oh boy, the goatness of Hiccup doesn't stop. The investment goes crazy, cause just peep the glow up in both movies too. He knows what he's done. This may have been the greatest investment I've ever seen, up there with 2013 Bitcoin. This glow up right here had me at the lunch table pulling straight underrated pics, knowing the investment would be generational. But anyways, during the first movie, he not only changed everyone's minds about the dragons, but revolutionized the whole village. Got dragons everywhere now. And low-key, I would be mad as hell. It was already bad enough at the end of the first movie. The way it was at the third was insane. Get the F out of here. They was basically playing Crossy Roads with the dragons. I just know when they all had to leave, at least one person was in the back parading happy as hell. Was getting sick of trying to get some sleep and you got 20 dragons running around the crib that aren't even yours. The random voodoo all over the house and suddenly there's no dragons to be seen. And Hiccup's over here saying they're about to bring another batch of dragons. Bro, I will violate you. But even before changing the villagers' mindset, he defeated the queen dragon. It took a leg to do it, but it was still done. Stoic's dumbass really pulled up to the island thinking he was gonna cook. After smoking a bunch of dragons in his lifetime with ease, he thought this was gonna be a breeze. Red Death pulled up and he realized there's levels to this. We don't have the facilities for that, big man. Whole village hit a 100-meter sprint faster than Usain Bolt. Fastest I've ever seen them run, apart from that one time they heard LeBron was giving out free deer. Ran as far.
LeBron was giving out free what? When did LeBron ever do that? My glorious king, give me some free deer!
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Red Death pulled up and he realized there's levels to this. We don't have the facilities for that, big man. Whole village hit a 100-meter sprint faster than Usain Bolt. Fastest I've ever seen them run, apart from that one time they heard LeBron was giving out free deer. Ran as fast as they could and I was right there next to them. Hey, and you can't even lie, this fight was tough as hell. They was up there hitting bro with Killer's rhythm echo. Had the Red Death tweaking, decided she was gonna blow up everything just to get smoked 2 seconds later. Hit the ground, mouth wide open, just confused like these. And now that I've really deeped it, Hiccup is a straight killer. Every villain he's faced that I know of in the movies, cause I haven't watched the show, he's straight murked. Sent Draco Bloodfist to his death with the fake alpha, and Grimo he sent scuba diving. And hey, I ain't gonna lie, this kill was kinda crazy. Sent bro falling about 500 feet into straight water, was cooked the second he touched it. I thought he was a pacifist.
If y'all don't know, water turns into concrete if you fall from a certain distance. So as soon as he hit that water, he was dead, bro. Splattered everywhere.
I thought he was a pacifist. He was straight setting people on fire while trying to get jiggy with his goal. Ain't even think twice about it. They was out here hitting team combos, looking into each other's eyes like that one couple at school. Dog, focus. And Astrid really was a great girlfriend. The way she was glazing him to Drago was insane. If she's not like this, I don't want her. Hashtag know your girth, kings. And I'm not sure if you guys saw, but he made that alpha switch teams in the third movie. He was over here bowing down to Toothless. Good boy. But Hiccup really is one of the GOATs. It's undeniable. From his accolades to his stats, he was really one of the all.
Y'all are not calling Hiccup the LeBron James of fiction, bruh. That's where I have to stop the glaze. That's a little bit too far, don't you think? Maybe give him Derrick Rose or somebody else, bruh.
I'm like, what do you say f me for?
But Hiccup really is one of the GOATs. It's undeniable. From his accolades to his stats, he was really one of the all-time greats. But that brings me to my next person, Jim Walk Him Down Lake Jr. This may be one of the most underrated characters I've ever seen. Whole show is straight peak. Let me not get started on that terrible movie, cause I'm finna just start lighting up everything, so I'ma just leave it at that for now. But regardless of his terrible decisions in that movie, Jim Lake Jr. is one of the greatest characters in fiction.
I've never seen this character, y'all. Am I getting old? Why have I never seen this character before?
Jim Lake Jr. is one of the greatest characters in fiction, and his resume is also stacked. Defeated Bula, defeated Gunma, hit Angle wrote with that Took no Jutsu, defeated the Arcane Order, and the squad defeated Morgana. Tell me this man ain't that guy. And he was doing this as the first ever human troll hunter. I know the previous ones were mad as hell. It took them 3.5 years. Jim did it 1 week. He was putting straight belt to axe in all of his fights. And I know damn well.
Was he getting jumped? Did he just reverse jump them? Hold on, bro. Maybe I gotta watch this movie. Troll Hunters? I might gotta add it to the list.
I know the previous ones were mad as hell. It took them 3.5 years. Jim did it 1 week. He was putting straight belt to axe in all of his fights. And I know damn well Blinky ain't that good of a teacher. Last troll hunter he trained, yeah, let's just say did not go well for him. But people don't talk enough about how much Jim stands on business. He pulled up to the Darklands by himself. One man gets 50 and wasn't even phased. That new suit had him feeling different, was walking around like the man. I mean, just peep the suit, I would feel the same way. This the same as rocking that one all black fit, you know you only wear on special occasions.
Just like Sasuke. When Sasuke got his new fit, he was moving different, bro. Anytime you get an all black outfit, you start moving different, man.
Rocking that one all black fit, you know you only wear on special occasions. Other than that, it's locked up, safely tucked away. But the act of Jim pulling up to the Darklands has to be one of the greatest pull-ups I've ever seen. Cause this wasn't even to fight Gunma, this was a rescue mission for Claire's little brother. And I already know the only reason this was cause he ain't wanna embarrass Gunma in his own home court. He was about to have him looking like these with all his little minions watching, trying not to laugh. This whole Darklands arc was straight peak. Every moment was amazing. The whole squad having to pull up to the Darklands to help, their whole escape and Gamma being released, the whole thing was straight peak. But what really made this man the GOAT was Troll Jim. This form right here had bro doing stuff he's never done before. Had bro pulling up out of nowhere just to show the new fit. Straight pulling moves out his ass, cause I know damn sure Blinky ain't teach him this. Break dancing while blocking is insane. Furthermore, taking on a 2v1 with two of the strongest people in the show is even more insane, and he was low-key winning. Even made Angle Ross switch teams at the end to help them defeat Morgana. Crossed over to the Naruto verse just to learn that skill. Told bro, you used to be a real nigga, now you just been taken over by the Snow Bunny mind control. Look in gang, came to his senses real quick, and that final fight with Gamma was peak cinema. Bro was just throwing him about like nothing, overcame the decimal blade and took bro out with ease. But just for the peak parts, let's talk about the movie. They really tried to make Jim lose all his Hall of Fame badges. For like the first 90% and the last 3%, he was straight ass. So Jim was only really goated like that for like 7% of the movie. The rest he was a straight bum, out there running cardio for a good couple of days. But when that new suit came in, oh boy, straight peak. And this may be an unpopular opinion, but I low-key like this one more than the original blue and white. The black and red will always be on top, but this one, I can't even lie, the green is just tough. But anywho, after Stewart came in clutch and he got that new amulet, Brody was just going stupid. Like guys after getting a fresh cut, the confidence level skyrocketed within seconds. Had Brody pulling up to the nearest gas station, full set of armor on, just looking for attention. You're weird, buddy. You're weird. But since I want to talk about the rest of that garbage movie, I'ma just move on to my next character.
So it's a bad movie with one good character? So should I watch it or not, chat? I was convinced. I was gonna see what he was talking about.
I'ma just move on to my next character, Max Steel. This character may just be the least underrated, but I haven't seen enough people talk about him, so I'ma just take it upon myself to do so. And the second this man got Steel, he immediately started cooking, breaking out of N-Tech with ease and fighting an elemental on his first day on the job. I don't know what I would even do if I saw this coming right towards me. It's straight fight or fly, and I'm picking fly, getting the hell up power there with a quickness. Guys be swearing they about to go crazy in a fight. If that was me, I would have hit it with an uppercut and a left. Relax, brother. Everyone knows you're not like that. Stop it. And Max even has the pulling ability as well. On his first day of school, he backed the finest goal, Sydney. Come on, man. That's too easy. And I ain't even gonna lie, the white chocolate in the show was kinda tough. Sydney, Max's mom, and that one officer from N-Tech. I'm trying to go crazy.
Same. Dr. Umar, you ain't gotta look at me like that, bro. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes white is right.
I beg your pardon?
But hey, even though Max Steel is so goated, we do not talk about that movie. It's genuinely so ass, it's insane. I rewatched it a couple months ago and I didn't even know what I was watching. The suit, ass. The villain, ass. Sydney, ass. No other forms, ass. This like going to the barbers and telling them to do whatever. I don't know what they were thinking in that board of directors room. Straight cooking up ass. But back to the actual peak, the forms Max has easily makes him one of the best superheroes. Me personally, my favorite was the speed form, but that's just because I'm a speed power type of guy. But the stealth suit, I ain't gonna lie, this was beautiful, and the range he had was insane. Going from Turbo Nova, Turbo Titan, and Turbo Shamik Moore, where all of a sudden all his wrists go straight out the window and he starts losing aura by the second. Had Laura calling Buddy weird all over TikTok. Yeah, the aura points were just decreasing rapidly. He tried to make a comeback after Haley got engaged, posted this thinking it was so tough. How you lose an aura as a Spider-Man? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. But other than that, Max's moves were tough as hell, and that tag team with his dad against Manico was insane. Bro entered the ship to find his dad sitting there. Brody was waiting for him like he just came home at 4 AM after the function. Hey, these parents are getting soft. Back in my day, I would have been hit with 20 clotheslines back to back. But hey, that's now enough of my ranting. We have come to the end of the vid. This is just some characters I wanted to speak about that I thought were underrated.
W video. If y'all want to see more stuff like this, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.